Welcome to Seat Time, where we drink beer and talk about all the happenings with motorcycles. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Seat Time. This is episode 33. My name is Brian Pierce.
And I'm Jason Schmidt.
Hi, Jason.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello, gentle web viewer.
Hi.
Starting off the show today, we'll talk about our weekends. Nothing really earth-shattering on my part.
You moved, didn't you? Again?
Well, no, I
Still?
didn't move. I unpacked. Yeah, I'm like a Bedouin. I'm like a gypsy. No, I unpacked a lot of stuff and got all like my bike area in the garage situated, but the rest of that house I didn't pay that much attention to. But that stuff,
Yeah, you get the
I've
important stuff out
rearranged
of the
like
way.
3 times.
Absolutely.
I did a lot of drinking this weekend. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right then.
Some Tito's. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was kind of the way my weekend went as well. I had fun hanging out with a bunch of different people on different evenings. We watched the LSU game. The Tigers beat the Ducks. Go Tigers! And then it was kind of just screwing up my friend's life Saturday night for a little bit. That was an accident. And then just enjoying Labor Day.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Labor Day. What was it? I enjoyed a day of not working by not working.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good time.
Yeah, it reinforces things.
Yeah, absolutely. So today's Tuesday. Yeah.
Yep.
So what did happen this weekend, though, in the moto world? One of the things was
The
Steel
big one.
Creek.
Yeah.
Steel City. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, Steel City, round 11 in Delmont, Pennsylvania. They got out there and they rode their motorcycles and they rode them real hard.
Yes. The track seemed to be kind of slick in spots. It was really interesting because you could tell where they watered it and it got really saturated, but then other parts where it seemed really hard packed, and so there was it seemed very inconsistent, and the riders had to work with that the whole
No
weekend.
consistency, and I'm sure that tire selection at that point had to become a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, for guys who know what they're doing when they select tires.
Yeah, no. I know how I select mine. I'm like, how much does this cost?
Yeah. $50. I will take, yes, just the one, actually. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's like, I hear this is good. I won't be able to tell the difference because I suck. No,
I'm into it.
yeah, well, starting off with the 250s, it was actually a rather eventful weekend on that side of things because we had some really good performances there. Moto 1, Wilson got the whole shot, and he was just
Fire.
shot out of a cannon.
Fire. Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
He led the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Whole shot to the finish, and that pretty much was like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, is he going to be able to wrap up his title contention?" I don't know.
And the other part of it, too, is it wasn't the Team Green sweep. Once again, we had a weekend where it wasn't just dominated on the podium by Pro Circuit Kawasaki.
So we had Eli Tomac and we had Marvin Musquin.
Musquin.
Muscan. Some kind of French last name.
Yeah.
Actually, French first name
Let's
as well.
just go with Marvin.
Marvin?
Marvin, you shot Marvin in the face.
I like Marvin.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but yeah, Wilson came out, rode strong, and took that one bell to bell. So props to him on that one.
And then props to Eli Tomac and Marvin Musquin because apparently they have been having some issues and not performing what everyone expected. And this time they came back and did it. So congratulations. First, second, third. Boom.
Yep. And speaking of Eli Tomac, that he got the good jump on Moto 2.
Yeah.
Started rolling out there, but Wilson was a man possessed, reeled him in, and held out for the win.
Absolutely. As we were saying, Eli Tomac and Marvin Musquin were names that we haven't seen a lot up front. We've seen Eli Tomac, he's been kind of inconsistent, but Marvin Musquin in Texas had the injury to his thumb, so then he's been out for a while, and he's finally kind of, unfortunately, towards the end, starting to pick it back up and really starting to finish in the top 5 and obviously now the top 3.
Yeah.
But they said that a lot of what it came down to it was that their starts. This weekend particularly, they've gotten much better starts than they have been, and that is what led to them being able to wind up with such good finishes that they could start out front. So, again, they got second and third. So we have Wilson in first, Eli Tomac in second, and then we had Marvin Musquin in third. So
the
first, second,
significant
third.
thing there, too, is with Wilson, number 1, getting his second overall for the year.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, it's amazing just him being in the lead in the points, but he's just been so consistently on the podium. But this also, those points let him clinch for the year, which
is awesome.
It's
Yeah,
awesome that he has it wrapped up at this point,
Yeah.
and just Good to see.
Yeah, because he had Rattray, who was really close, but Rattray wound up being 52 points behind because of the way he finished this past weekend. And once he was past 50 points behind, it was over. So.
And Baggett was top 10 in both races, but he was really a
pretty much out of contention. But it kind of sucked for Wilson because of the fact that his parents were, on the way. They were driving out to Pala because they really just didn't expect him to wrap it up this past weekend. So they're driving a motorhome out to Pala City, expecting him to do it there. So, but I'm pretty sure that once they meet up, they're going to have hugs and high fives and not call it a good time.
I think everyone will be just fine with the fact that he wrapped it up early, even though they couldn't be there.
Bonuses around.
Yep, and somewhat similar. Moto 1 in the 450s, Ginger Ninja.
Kawasaki on top.
Yeah, Ginger Ninja jumped out and was just running like hell. It was actually a real badass moto for the two Ryans. The two of them dicing it up, and once they... sorry, my train of thought. It escapes me.
That's okay. I don't even like my train of thought.
Yeah, they dropped Barsha, and it was really just the two of them dicing it up for some time.
Once the two Ryans got around Barsha, it was and then Dungey was out front. It really was his race to lose at that point. He held off a lot of attacks from Villopoto, but unfortunately, once they started getting the lap riders,
it really seemed like last lap pressure. With a lot of the because both of them making mistakes.
Which you don't typically see Dungey really being pressured. He doesn't react to pressure. He gets pressured, but he doesn't typically react to pressure. And it did seem like he was reacting to that pressure.
Absolutely. No, so the Ginger Ninja snuck around him in the last turn or second to last turn.
And you could tell that Dungey just made a mistake. Either it was because of the lap riders or just going into that turn, he made a mistake. Wasn't able to hammer it through the second to last turn. Villopoto was like, this is my time regardless. And luckily enough for him, Dungey made the mistake. Villopoto stayed on the gas, rocketed past him. I think he would have taken him out regardless of where Dungey would have been.
Yeah.
And then he just hammered it through and did the fist pump over the finish line. So way to go Villopoto on the Moto 1 win and, extending the points lead.
Absolutely. No, Moto 2, Dungey jumped out, trying to make up for that. Just hell, I just got bad separation on points right there.
Yeah, I need those back.
Yeah, exactly. Thing is, Villopoto reeled him in and just took off from that point. It wasn't really the dicing situation of Moto 1 because Villopoto was gone.
Yeah, Villopoto pretty much took off, and once he did that, Dungey was actually having a little bit of issues. He kind of said that he had made some bike changes for Moto 2 and that those didn't work out the way he had thought. He actually even fell when he was trying to put the pressure on and really kind of turn it on and catch up with Villopoto. Reed got by. He got back by Reed. Reed finished in the top 3. I mean, so the Deuce was in the 3-3.
Yeah.
Or 5.
Reed got what? Fifth in the first moto?
Yeah, fifth in the first and then third in the second.
So fourth for the overall on the day, which, I mean, with the way his last few weeks have been going, I mean, you've got to, with the respectable performance he put in for the entire beginning, every other part of this year, every other part leading up in this season, just till these last couple of weeks, it's good to see that he was able to kind of put it back together.
I agree.
For the weekend.
I kind of hope that this isn't a typical what we would see from Reed, where is
Flames out.
Yeah, is it a flame out? I mean, I don't know if he can do that.
Just can't get his mental side back into it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not gonna be able to do that as a rider and a team manager, or a team owner. I don't know. I mean, for the team to keep making it, the riders have to keep making it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Or you just have to have enough money from your backers.
Yeah, exactly. No, but the 1-1, obviously, Villopoto got the overall, and that really shot him up in the points.
Yeah, I think he's 14 points up right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be, if he has a solid weekend next weekend, or even just a consistent weekend next weekend, well, as long as it's not consistently bad, then he's going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I would think that you're right, Mr. Bloody, that pretty much Dungey would have to go out and win 1-1, and Villopoto would have to, finish out of the top 20 for at least one of those motos and not get any points. I really just, even if Villopoto were to just cash in on a couple points here and there, I still think that he would have maybe one bad moto, but still then one really good moto, and it seems like it's Villopoto's right now to lose.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I'd really, as much as I'd like it to be a little bit closer going in, I don't want Villopoto to lose it that way. I don't want him to ball up.
Oh, right, yeah. No, it would be nice if it was like 3 points apart going into the very end, and it's literally like, boom, you got to win it to take it, monkey. But at this point, they've been battling the whole year. It's totally been worth it. One of the best seasons in a long time.
Incredible season. There are no complaints.
Everybody has worked very, very hard, and everybody's had a bad race. So I mean,
only complaint.
We've worked really hard.
Reed isn't winning. No, but I'll get over it.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
I shall overcome. All right. Well, much closer to home, we had...
40 minutes?
round 9 of the TCCRA season at Brian Story's property in Denton, Texas. We were actually up there Saturday morning.
At the early time of 7:15 a.m.
Yes, at the brutally early, because, all right, kids, if you're playing along at home, old Uncle Bloody lives in Dallas. Eddie the Flying Gimp lives in Plano, so obviously I had to drive from Dallas to pick him up at his place, then drive to Denton. So, yeah, it was a task.
It was a little bit of a morning.
Yeah, but no, we were out there early though Saturday doing a shoot for a review that we're gonna have coming up very soon on the Fly F16 gear.
Yes.
We're going to be very excited about, and we're excited about what we got done out there.
Oh, that was so much fun. Our friend Misty Chambers came out and helped us with a little bit of video footage, just with angles and lighting and kind of showing us some of the routes. And no, that was awesome. And Tyler Ruckteschel was our rider helping us out, and it was a hoot, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really worked out well. So really excited for us to get that footage out there and be coming your way soon. We've all raced at Brian Story's place several times, but we were talking with him early on, and it's one of those things. Us knowing him a bit and being involved with him a bit, he came up and was telling us about the layout, and the good thing is, yes, we all race up there often, but the good part of it is that he always makes an effort to change up things and not have it where you're like, oh yeah, this is just like last year, or oh, this is just like it was.
Or if you race every series where they go out there, you're doing the exact same course 3 times a year, kind of a situation.
Yeah, no, he really works to change it up. Things out of his control was, it was going to be dry and dusty.
Yeah, the amount of rain we haven't had, there was unfortunately no way around that this weekend. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate inevitability.
Yes.
No, Caleb Ramsey came out swinging, and Cameron Ishmael was right up on his back wheel, and Ishmael was tried to pull Ramsey several times, but made too many mistakes, so Ramsey ended up running strong and taking the win. The points tightened up between the two of them in the TCCRA overall runnings. So
letter.
Ishmael, being an absolute monster badass, got in his van, hydrated, ate, and then drove up north to the Callisburg round 7 race in Torn. So that makes him a badass.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty nuts to think about. I mean, luckily enough, the weather turned out really, really nice, even though it was dry and dusty. You know what I mean? It was still in the 70s for everybody.
Yeah,
so
this weekend, for those of y'all outside of this area, was just a big departure from our nonstop triple-digit days.
Yeah, so that was much nicer, I'd imagine, for the racers that were still out there. But yeah, he got done, hydrated, ate on the way, and his dad drove him to the Torn race in Callisburg, Texas. And he said he got there with about 15 minutes to spare. So got there, unloaded, ready to go, hit the line, and that was it. So he said that he didn't have the greatest of starts, but the guys who did were Cheyenne Harmon was actually the one who got the whole shot, and it seemed like he pretty much led the whole race. We had John Short and Josh Young were all at the Torn race this weekend, and were all up front.
Cheyenne must be digging that new Honda that he has.
Yeah, he just got a new Honda, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, and then had done a little bit of riding and some suspension work on Saturday, and then boom, went out and raced, and obviously was feeling extremely confident and comfortable. So
I'm gonna take it he likes it.
Yes. It seems like our buddy John Short that we had talked to, we had that small interview on the site with him. He didn't really have the greatest ride like he did last time, where he wound up with the win over Josh Demuth. He said that he had a bad start. He had a couple issues with pitting and then small crashes here and there, and it just obviously didn't end up to be his day. We did see Harmon and Young they kind of went at it for a little bit, and with Harmon getting the whole shot, though, he came away with the win, and Young was up front with him a lot of the time trying to battle it out, but he came away with second. Josh Young typically is a name that we'd see a lot with the local Torx series, a little bit more southeast within Texas.
Kind of like the central Texas area.
Yeah. And then third place went to Austin Henderson. And it's good to see him up in the top 3 because he's a consistent kind of top 5 kind of guy. So it's good to see him kind of working his way up to the top 3.
Yeah, moving on up just like the Jeffersons.
Yeah, the Jeffersons. As we were talking about Cameron Ishmael, he actually was 4th. And to talk about the track a little bit, we got some help from our friend Carter York. And he said that the track was great. Had a really good mix of flowy trail along with some technical, rocky sections. And of course, he commented on the dry and dusty conditions. But we all kind of know how much that sucks. It's just unfortunately part of it. We all complain about it. But going out, if you're going to go out there, you know it's going to happen. So.
There is not a track or trail in Texas, or in North Texas right now, that isn't a dust bowl.
Yeah, unless it's an extremely prep motocross track, and then I don't want to pay to have to go there.
Yeah, exactly. With a water bill from hell, more than likely.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much what has been going on this weekend that we've been tracking. So coming up, the final round.
Yeah. The Pala Raceway, which is in Pala, California, which is where Dean Wilson's parents might be right now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, sending very happy text messages to their son.
Yeah. So, again, I mean, I guess you don't want to be negative or too positive, but it just doesn't seem like Dungy, there's much of an opportunity for him to capitalize on too many mistakes by Villapoto. Villapoto hasn't made that many big mistakes this season. So
yeah, if there was someone that I was going to count on screwing the pooch in the last race, it wouldn't be Villapoto.
Yeah, no, there'd be other guys we could call him for that. But one of the cool things is this Sunday, the day after the final, is going to be the 10-year anniversary of 9/11, September 11th. So we just wanted to give a shout out to everybody. We know that this has been a lot of heartfelt feelings for 10 years for a lot of people, and there's probably going to be a lot more feelings coming up. Right. So, well, good luck from us. We love you all. It's going to be a good time, and hopefully the motor racing and friends, it makes it easy for everybody to handle.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good weekend.
Yeah. Actually, in New York this weekend will be the Unadilla round of GNCC.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we've got Josh Strain with the points lead going in. He's been doing really, really well because we went out to the Works Series, got second place in one of the Works races. We got Charlie Mullins in second, who's been doing really well in the National Enduro Circuit. And then we've got Paul Wibley, who did really well at the Penton, the last GNCC. And then as well, he's been doing some of the OMAs. So even though they've had a little bit of break since July, everybody's been racing. Everybody's been pretty, not winning, but still being consistently in the top 5. So those 3 guys, and obviously there's wild cards. There's Chris Bach, and there's a bunch of other guys out there who could still take away a win, especially in a technical track like Unadilla. It could be fun.
No, it definitely will be an interesting run out there. So,
and one of the things is our friend Jared Bolton and Senior Robbie Robb. They were going to be riding this weekend. Senior Robbie Robb still might be riding in the Vet C class. So if you see him out there, make sure you give him a high five. Bolton is actually now going to be announcing the whole weekend with Rodney at the GNCC. So especially if you see him, give him a pat on the butt because that's a big accomplishment for him and his career in the moto world. So congratulations, Bolton.
Yeah, that and he likes guys' hands on his butt.
Yeah,
so.
Especially after the tower fiasco with Senior Robbie Robb a couple of GNCCs ago.
Oh yeah, exactly. Also coming up this weekend, next round of the LACC at Jim Bowie.
It's the Jim Bowie dose.
Yeah. Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's out in Sicily Island, Louisiana. I cracked up, Jordan. It was the last thing I said for the whole show, but I made him laugh.
Well, so, not the last thing. We'll talk about your pants in a little bit.
All right, cool.
The lack thereof. Oh,
no, I don't know if it's going to be a... Are they going to give out another knife?
Oh, the second Jim Bowie challenge?
You might have to do well at the first race to get a knife. Yeah. But, I mean,
it's like if you win them both, you get another knife. But if you don't...
That's got to be like a horrible tease if you hear about, wait, I won a race. If I had gone to this race before, I would have got a knife. I need to go race this. And then you don't get one. That's horrible.
I don't know. I hope they get knives. They get Bowie knives.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get the naming convention.
In law, we call that detrimental reliance. We'll sue them if somebody doesn't give them knowledge.
Exactly.
I didn't go race, but I'm suing you regardless.
Email us. We'll take care of it for you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Where would you find our email? You know where? At
Oh.
Jordan's house.
Yes. Yeah, at almostlawyer at jordansplace.com. I will almost sue someone for you.
I will definitely drink beer and joke about it, though, with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you how you should do it.
It's a good time.
He's almost there, folks.
So if you want to get in contact with any of us, you would want to go to seattime.co, and that is the URL where you can find all the nonsense that we talk about throughout the day, and then where we post the shows and all that kinds of fun stuff. Again, we do the same kind of nonsensical talk on Facebook and Twitter. So facebook.com/seattime. And then we have on Twitter, it would be seattime_co. And those are all the fun little places that you can go to find us online.
You can also help support the thing that you've seen and hopefully don't detest.
Maybe enjoy it a little.
Yeah, by buying a pint glass from us.
Gosh.
We actually aren't drinking from them at the moment, but that's because we are heinously lazy.
Actually, just trying to keep them clean for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be real kind of weird if you get my like chapstick lip mark on there. We're not going to do that to you.
He calls it chapstick. It's lip gloss.
Yeah, well, I want to feel pretty. Screw you.
And that's fine.
No,
I'm supportive of you feeling pretty.
Yeah. The world's a better place when I feel like
it really is. I feel happy when you're happy.
Yeah. Live to give. No, but yeah, we want you to have a clean, unused pint glass. So that's why we're drinking.
So buy it now before we just wind up giving in and drinking out of it anyway.
Yeah, because I might teabag one out of spite if things go too much longer.
Boom.
Yeah.
And there it is.
That
so
happens.
get your own pint glass, and that way you can always enjoy a pint full of awesome with us. Thank you very much for paying attention, kids. We're out.
See you.
Yeah, you like the way I did that at the end there?
Yeah.
Went all long and hard on you?
Yeah, you did go long and hard on us. And we're naming that episode Wrap It Up because y'all said it like 100 times, and every time I was like, that's funny.
Wrap it up?
Wrap it up.
We said wrap it up?
Yeah, you said
We
wrap
were
it
talking
up.
about the series, wrapping up points.
Wrap it up the points. Every time I could just think of, make sure to work on it.
Wrap it up.
Don't forget to wear your Jimmy hat.